Hey everybody, Andrew here. We are starting the 2024 car show season, and today I've got a first video for you. I know it's been a while since my last upload, been going through a lot, recently moved, and just had a lot going on, to put it nicely. So I'm not going to get into it, doesn't really matter. But anyway, so today, like I said, we're checking out the first of the Glencoe Car and Bike show. This is their website, glencoecarandbikeshow.com. This picture is actually from last year. But basically, website pretty much explains itself, bringing the community around. They have a live DJ, variety of food trucks, raising funds for the local high school, veterans. You can see here the 2024 season dates, June 23rd, obviously gone. July 21st is the next one, and then September 9th after that. So I do recommend checking it out if you can. It's a lot of fun, so without further ado, here's the video. So to start with, this is a 2001 C5 Corvette. Pretty basic Corvette. I don't know if there was anything, real special about it. But nice looking car. And right next to that, we've got a 2003 Monte Carlo. I believe this one was at a prior show. I've actually seen this one a few times, I believe. And then this one here, we've got a 68 Dodge Charger. Nice car. Another Mopar here. I believe this one was an early 70s Charger. I'm not 100% on that one. And then here we've got a 1954 Oldsmobile Holiday. This one I believe I've seen before, but regardless, it's still a nice looking car. And then here we've got the return of one of my personal favorites. This one's a drag racing Camaro. It is street legal. I've seen the guy driving it up and down in the town. It sounds really mean, even with that blower. You can just hear that thing from blocks around when he drives past. And then here we got a nice little 60s Camaro. I want to say this was a 68. The camera didn't really pick up what I read off of the sheet there in the windshield, but it's a nice little Camaro regardless. Nice little RS. It's got a 350 in it. I believe that is a 350 high output. Not a huge fan of the orange on the Camaros, but it does look pretty good. And then here, of course, we've got a Chevelle. That is a nice looking car. I do like the blue on that one. It's very sharp. And here we got a Volkswagen Rabbit pickup truck. This one's been at a few shows. Nice little car. Nice Camaro. This was the ZL1. Very sharp. This was an old Ford Bronco. Don't know too much about that one. Another early 2000s Camaro. Nice looking car. And here we got a little Chevy Nova. Nice little car. Now, some of these I wasn't able to get the what the placard says that they are, so I could be wrong on some of the years, and I definitely could be wrong on some of the models. But just a quick little disclaimer: can't always 100% tell what they are. This one, nice little 31 Ford, good looking car, very well done. And then over here we have the BMW i8. Now this one's the plug-in hybrid, what they call, I'm not even sure if they call this a supercar. I know it's not a hypercar, but it was very sharp nonetheless. I've never actually seen one of these in person, but it's the BMW i8. Now that again is the plug-in hybrid. Now this car here, you see the Ferrari badge. However, it is not a Ferrari. Personally, I thought it was a Toyota Supra Mark IV when I saw it pull in, but it is in fact an '89 Trans Am that's been, let's say, custom. very, very customized 89 Trans Am. I don't know if this was a kit that you could order right from Pontiac or if this was a special one-off by just the owner of it, but it was very interesting. Still had the factory engine and transmission, and like I said, I thought it was a Mark IV Super when I first saw it, but a lot of custom work on this 89 TA. Very good looking car though. I mean, the work was very well done. And then over here we've got a Chevy Gasser. I didn't quite catch the model on this one, but it was pretty well done. Guy had to have the hood off. I'm not sure if the hood would even fit with that thing on it. This one here is my buddy Victor's Mustang, one of 3 Fox bodies I believe he has. This is actually the nicest one that he owns. This one's his baby. Then over here we got a late 80s Caddy. I did kind of overhear the owner talking about this one. This was a special that you could order from Cadillac. I didn't quite catch much about it, but it was not a bad looking car. I've seen a few of them around, maybe not quite like that. Now this one here, I didn't quite catch what it was. I didn't catch the year, but it is an SS. I'm thinking it's an earlier Camaro, but I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. Kind of a common color, nice looking engine bay, very well kept though. Again, not sure what it was. This one here, 73 Gremlin X. You don't see too many Gremlins and don't see too many Gremlin X's. I didn't even know that it was an option. Don't know what the difference is, but gotta say, for a Gremlin, it actually looked pretty cool. It even had an original 8-track player in it. 8-track tape player. So I can only assume the rest of the car was all original as well. Here we have a 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix. A very long, very wide, very interesting looking car. Don't see a lot of these. Now this one here was the Twins Corvette. This one actually I saw at the car show last year. This was the one that they gave to Kirby Puckett. I don't recall what year it was. This one here, not a bad looking Challenger. I didn't know that they actually had convertible Challengers of this year, but good looking car. And Tesla Model X. Not sure why you'd want a Tesla in a car show, but hey, if you take pride in it, why not? And here we got a Camaro Z28, good looking car. I do like the paint scheme on this one. Red base with black stripes, good looking car. And here we got a 94 Mustang. Decently clean, looks good. Convertible top was in good shape. Very clean overall. Another Fox body over here. Didn't catch the year on this one. Smoked headlights, nice and clean, looks good. And then we got this Caprice Coupe. This one I've seen a few times. Still a good looking car. Honestly, until I first saw this one, I didn't know that made Caprice in coupes. Another Z28, looks good. Like this color scheme too, the white on black. This was the breast cancer Toyota AE86. This one was at a car show last year as well. This one is set up for racing. Fully turbo, manual transmission. I don't know too much about it other than it is a breast cancer awareness, and I believe it even is a tribute car. Did not get a chance to talk to the owner on this one, but hey, breast cancer awareness, I'm all for it. And here we got a 66 Mustang, good looking car. I love the red on this one. Not exactly a cherry red, more of a burgundy, like a candy apple. Good looking car regardless. This guy sitting right here in this blue chair was the owner of it. Another Mustang here. This is I want to say this was a 2008. Not 100% sure. Didn't catch the year. Another C5 Corvette. This one had the hood open. This one looks like it was repainted. It looks like it was blue at one time, but nice. Then we got a 05 generation GTO. Good looking car. Always wanted one of those, but never could afford it. This is an old Dodge pickup. I want to say this was a mid-30s. Could be wrong on that, but it is an older Dodge. Not sure if they're restoring it or if it's just old. Here we got a mid-80s Camaro. This was a convertible. You don't see too many convertibles of the Camaro in this generation. I want to say this was either an 84 or an 85. I don't think it was an IROC, but it's very clean. Then here we got an old Ford Roadster. I do love the engine setup on this one. I always love those intakes. They just look really cool. Here we got a 35 Dodge pickup. I do like the orange on this one. It looks pretty good. Here we got another 30s coupe. Didn't quite catch the exact year or make and model on this one, but I do love that color. And here we got a Malibu convertible. Good looking car. Did not catch the year on this one. Sometimes people just neglect to put the placards in the windshield, or sometimes they blow out. It was kind of a windy day that day, but regardless, good looking Malibu. I love the Krager wheels on these cars. I don't know, they just always make it look good. And here we've got an Impala. This one, I'm not sure if this was all original or what, but I don't know. I don't really care for the particular shade of color. And then of course we've got this Charger again with the Knight Rider lights. Always looks cool. Then here we got a nice looking Bonneville. Didn't catch the year on this one. Not a fan of the color though, but that was a common color back then. Then we got an old Model A. Now these next few cars, these two here, they were both Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4s. Now if you know about the 3000 GT, you know that the VR4s were not as common as, like, say, the SE. The VR4s were the twin turbo V6 all-wheel drive, and they had a lot of really cool tech. This one here was just the VR4 hardtop. The next one, the black one over here with the hood up, this one was a Spider. And not just a Spider, but this one was a Spider hardtop. I didn't know that they made a hardtop convertible for the VR4s, or even in the 3000 GTs in general. I mean, I thought they were all hardtops or target tops, but this one, very clean, very well kept, and from what I was told, actually pretty rare. Good looking car though. Of course, you had my daughter right there. She was following me and asking me questions about these cars, and I was answering, of course, as best I could. But she always has fun at these events too. She likes cars as well. She always likes asking questions. This one here, this was an RX-7. This was an FD RX-7, an actual JDM car, Japanese domestic market. Right-hand drive, imported from Japan. Now, this one was the 1.3, the 2-rotor, but this one also had sequential turbos. I did not know that they came turbocharged from factory. I mean, I knew they had the 1.3 rotors, they had 1 or 2 rotors, 3 rotors, and some even had 4 rotors, but the more rotors you get in these rotary engines, the more the cost is, of course. But compound turbos, that was actually new to me. I had a chat with the guy, and he said that it's actually a lot of fun to drive. This one here was a BMW Z3 Coupe. I actually didn't know that the Z3 came in a coupe. I mean, I knew it came in a Roadster version, but I didn't know that they came in this particular configuration. But kind of cool looking, actually. I'm not a huge fan of BMW, but this one was actually pretty cool looking. And here we got a 78 Nova. Don't really know too much about it, but hey. Again, this is a car show where most, if not all, are welcome. Nice Camaro SS here. This one was the LSA supercharged Camaro. And then right next to that, we got one of my favorite generations of Corvette, the C7. Did not catch the year on that one, but still a good looking car. And then we have a C4 Corvette, also a good looking vet. This one was a 49 Chevy Coupe. Didn't quite catch the exact model on it, but I do love the blue. Also had the AR Torque Thrust 2 wheels on it. Good looking car. And this one here is a 1970 Mustang. Very sharp car. I do love the intake on these cars with through the hood, the shaker hoods. I love those. And then here we have a very interesting car. This was not a kit car. This was actually a special order from GM that you could get between 85 and 91 called the Nightmare. K-N-I-G-H-T-M-A-R-E. Very interesting car. I thought it was a Lamborghini at first, but nope, it's actually a Trans Am. Very interesting. The wing on it is what really threw me. It looks like a Diablo wing. Very interesting car. I did not know that you could get kits like this or special orders like this. Very cool. And here we got a 77 Datsun 280Z, a very good looking car, but what's surprising is when you look what's in the engine bay. Corvette motor in the engine bay. Corvette swap. Very interesting. I mean, I know guys do that all the time with like drift cars and things, but to do it on a street car, not that common as far as I know. I mean, I could be wrong, but it was a good looking car regardless. This Trans Am here, I've seen a few times before. This is a 30th anniversary Trans Am. And this paint color and everything you see on it is completely original and factory. Even the blue tinge on the wheels, I thought it was painted or something at first when I first saw it, but no, that is factory. This was a special edition from Pontiac. And here we got a nice looking Challenger. I want to say this color scheme or paint color is called Sunfire Yellow. I'm not 100% sure. And here we got a 1969 Chevy Bel Air. Honestly, I didn't know they made them in '69, but that's what it is. Here we got a 66 Dodge Coronet. Another Trans Am, I believe this one was in '84. I think I've seen this one around a few times as well. Now this Dodge here, I know the owner of it, but I can never remember if this is actually a Charger or like a Superbird. I can never remember that. And right next to it was, for some reason, a 2003 Oldsmobile Alero. I used to have one. They're not that fancy. This one here was a 79 Ford Pinto. Looks like it was pretty well kept. I mean, I wouldn't technically call a Pinto a show car, but again, if you have restored it and take pride in it, why not? If you want to show it off, show it off. It was pretty clean. It even had a manual transmission. Here we got a 2002 Pontiac Firebird. Nice looking color on this one. Plus those pop-up headlamps. You can never go wrong with the pop-ups. Always love those. This one here is the 78 Camaro with all the chrome. This is the one that the guy has the engine bay completely chromed with very few exceptions. I even asked him, how much chrome do you have in there? And he goes, all of it. There we got a 73 Mustang convertible. I actually like that generation of Mustang. They look good. Another Mustang here. Didn't quite catch the year on this one, but still a good looking car. This one here, we got a 1980 Pontiac Trans Am. This one had the 6.6 in it. Not a fan of that headlight style, but hey, it's still a sharp looking car regardless. Here we got another 05 to 06 GTO. Another Fox body Mustang here. Actually looked really nice. Wasn't a big fan of the wheels on it, but it looked good regardless. Here we got a 67 Plymouth Barracuda. Very good looking car. I love the blue on this one. I don't see too many convertible Cudas, but hey, it looks good. And here we got a mid-70s Corvette. Didn't catch the exact year, although from the plate it looks like it might be a 74. I could be wrong on that though. We got a nice looking Thunderbird here. You always see Thunderbirds in white. Then we got a 63 Pontiac Grand Prix. Kind of throws you for a second. Looks almost like a GTO from the front, but it's actually a Grand Prix. And then of course we've got the 76 Eldorado. This one actually is my mother's car. 76 Eldorado, 500 big block, 77,000 original miles. This one here, very good looking El Camino. I don't recall the color of it, but man, is that good looking. You don't see that color too often. Here we got another Grand Prix. Again, didn't catch the year on this one, but still good looking. Again, those headlights always throw me. It looks like a GTO at first, but it's not. Here we got a 77 Trans Am. This one actually had LED headlights in it. Looks really cool. Kind of wonder how they look driving at night. Nice looking Mustang here. I do love the hood scoops on those cars. It just adds to the Mustang factor, you know. And of course here we got a Chevelle SS, black on red. We love that. Right next to that, 57 Bel Air with a nice big engine on it. Nice looking Mustang here. Right next to a C5 Corvette. Decent car. Didn't quite catch what this one was, but it's a 50s Chevy. Not a fan of the color, but it was very well done. And then right here, this one was a Bonneville GXP with the North Star V8 in it. The later generations had the 5.3, but this one had the North Star. And of course we got Bumblebee Camaro SS. And here we've got a 1940 Ford Coupe. Very interesting hood design on that one, although I have seen that one a few times. Good looking car though. And here we got a 68 Plymouth GTX. I have not personally seen too many GTXs, but this one looks sharp. It has the rally wheels on it. I believe this one was a Ford. Didn't catch what exactly it was, but it looks good. And here, this one, interestingly enough, a International tractor was here. Semi-tractor. Not sure why, but looks interesting. Always wanted to go for a ride in one of those. And of course, got to give the bikes a little bit of love. I'm not a big bike person, so I really don't know too much about them. So I'll just shut up for a minute and let you guys enjoy the bike section. And here we go, starting off on the truck section. Not exactly the truck section, but there was a lot of pickups and SUV-like things. We got a International Scout there. And here we got a nice looking Ford pickup. Over here we got another JDM car. This is a Mitsubishi. Cool thing about this one is I'm not sure if they classify this as a microvan or what exactly. I talked to the guy, and the engine and drivetrain are actually out of a Mitsubishi Evo 3. The only difference between this one and the Evo 3 is the Evo 3 has a bigger turbo. He said he does have an Evo 3 turbo for it, but the vacuum lines and oil lines are a little bit different, so in order to install it correctly he has to do some modifications. But it is a very interesting little thing. I did not know these were around. And then here, of course, we got one of my favorites of these car shows. Talked to this guy many times. Love this car. Viper with the 8.4 liter V10. Obviously it's a V10, it's a Viper, but still one of my favorites of these shows. And here we got a newer 5.0 Mustang. This one had a full Roush. It was a full Roush. I'm not sure if it was completely like just the exhaust or if it was the full racing package, but it was the Roush 5.0 Mustang, so I can only assume it was the full package. Another Challenger here. I do like the green. I'm not sure why. It just fits. And we got a nice looking Wrangler. More modern Wrangler. Again, some of these vehicles I don't think really need to be in shows like this, but again, each to their own. Nice looking GT Mustang here. I like the color on that one. And we got a basic Mustang convertible. Not bad. Didn't quite catch what this one was, but it is a Chevy. That's all I can really say is it's a nice looking Chevy. And then here we've got the Buick Skylark. This one I've seen a few times. On the windshield there it says, but it doesn't look like a Buick. Still funny. There we got a nice Lincoln. Looks good. Another C5 Corvette. This one was the 50th anniversary version of the Corvette. All of it stock, all original. Even the paint color. I guess I'm not sure what else to say about it, but it was a sharp looking Corvette. You don't see too many 50th anniversary editions around. Here we got a Buick 8. Did not catch what year it was, but you can tell it's a Buick because of the little side vents on it. Here we got another 57 Chevy Bel Air. Again, one of my favorites. Got the AR Torque Thrust wheels on it. I would have personally gone either red or blue with the paint, but hey, it still looks good. This pickup is interesting. He actually has a John Deere tractor diesel engine in it. First time I saw this truck, it kind of threw me for a minute, but hey, if it works and if you can make it work, why not? And here we got a 68 Dodge. Didn't really catch what the model was, but 68 Dodge. Another Charger here. This one here, I didn't catch the year of it, but this is a Dodge Neon RT. Full turbo, fully built engine. Not a fan of the color, but hey, I heard it coming in and it actually sounded really good. So if you want to put the money into it, hey man, go for it. Here we got a Jeepster Commander. Nice looking old Jeep. Again, not a fan of the color, but hey, that was common back then. And then here we got a nice looking C5. This one is the one that was in a show a couple years ago. This one has the LED conversion headlights, the full custom LED conversion. Sharp looking car. Then we got a nice little Roadster here. Even had the leg pipes on it. Here we got a nice and clean 70s Challenger. I do like the front end design on those Challengers. They actually look really cool. Kind of comparable to the GTX. But then again, they're all made by Mopar, so of course they could be. And here we got an old Ford F-250. I don't recall what year this one was. I don't think they had a placard in it, but it actually looks really clean. Don't see too many of those around. Another 60s Mustang. This one here, I believe this one was the Ford Galaxy that had a new Coyote engine in it, although he didn't have the hood open, as you can see, so can't confirm that. Nice little 70s Camaro here. And here we got a nice custom job. I don't recall what this one was, if it was an International or a Ford. I think it was an International, but he had a nice Cummins, don't recall what generation or like what valve, it was a 5.9 or which one, but nice Cummins in that one. This one here was an old Chevy Caprice police vehicle. Actually the newer Chevy Caprice, but he's got the Holden badges on it. Kind of threw me for a second, but it's still Caprice. We got a nice little GTO here, right next to a 57 Bel Air. Nice looking Mustang here. And here we go, the Tesla Cybertruck. The future of, I don't know. Not my future, that's for sure. These things do look interesting though. Nothing I would ever personally buy, but hey, if you like them. Another Model A here. Looks good. Decent looking Ford pickup. Not really my style with the jacked up and everything, but not bad. This was a Mustang Dark Horse, a 2024 Mustang Dark Horse. I've only ever seen these in person once or twice, but I want one. They do look really cool. Another C5 Corvette. Here we got a Volkswagen, another Volkswagen Rabbit pickup. Volkswagen Corrado. This one I've seen a few times. It's still a nice looking little car. Then we got a late 70s Mustang. This was one of the Fuel Crisis Mustangs. Then we got a C7 Corvette Stingray. Good looking car. And here we got a 72 Trans Am. Not a bad looking car. I'm not a huge fan of the front end design on this particular generation, but it's still a good clean car. And we got an old GMC pickup here. I like the color on this one. This one here is a 41 Plymouth Special. And we got a 68 Firebird here. Good color on this one. Old Chevy Suburban. Looks like it's in the middle of a restoration. And finally we got another C5 Corvette. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for checking out the video of the car show. There will be more to come. Like I said, there's going to be 2 more Glencoe car shows. There'll probably be some other shows this summer. I might not be able to get to all of them, but I will get to the ones that I can. But hey, thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There was a whole other section of cars that I completely missed. I didn't find out about it until the show was nearly over, so I did not get those on video. Plus, as I was going with my camera, there were a lot of cars that were kind of coming and going. But also this particular weekend was Minnesota's largest car show, back to the 50s. In fact, one of the largest car shows in the Midwest. I have yet to go to one of those, but that is kind of a goal. of mine to get to one of those someday. But anyway, so thanks again for watching. Again, there will be more car show videos to come, so keep checking back on my channel. And until the next one, see you guys later.